Hey everybody, my name is Ben Ledoux. Some of you might know me as I Fight Giants on Twitter. Some of you might know me as the asshole from everything else. How's it going? So I talked to my friend KP in DC on Twitter about showing off a little bit of my collection. So here's the video for toy spotting, and so a little bit of background on myself. I've been collecting all this random crap for, I want to say almost 15, 20 years now. Started off 96, 97, essentially found a website called Wrestle World with Matt Pearson. Kind of scary to use that name. Some people know why. Picking up, DVDs. Well, actually, back then it was VHS, Jack's figures. Later on, DVDs, other things. So essentially this is a collection that I've built since then. So I'm going to go ahead and start off right now. This is my DVD collection. It's a lot smaller than most people's. A lot of people have a bunch of, all the WWE, WWF DVDs. What I enjoy about my collection is this section right here. So I didn't get my first WWF DVD until, I want to say it was this one right here. It was actually the first one I ever picked up, WWF Unforgiven 2001. So I was a little late to the game. But I kind of made it a purpose to try to collect these ones right here. This section right here is known as the WWF 1000 series. So you got 1001 starting off with WrestleMania 15, which is, I believe, the first one released. And then you get all the way to 1022, and after that they moved into the 54,000s for whatever reason to start doing those. Still don't have this collection complete yet. These things are ridiculously priced for the most part. Like this one right here, WrestleMania 17. I think this one sells for anywhere between $50 and $100, a pop. A lot of the other ones sell, I want to say the cheapest ones you can find are like the Hardy Boys and so on and so forth. You can pick up for $10, $20. But for the most part, this is kind of the prize of that collection. And then you move into the newer ones. I mean, if you go to a Walmart, you can pick some of these up for $3 each now. The network kind of killed this off. But I just love looking at this collection. I got the Blu-rays up here. It's just a great thing to have. Some other random things I have that kind of just set up there. I don't know a real way to display them is got all these different cards and stuff. So this is a 1999 Nitro. Jim Rose's Lubricator Tour. I actually appeared in this as a pro wrestler. That was pretty interesting. If you don't know who Jim Rose is, you should look him up. He's got some cool stuff. But yeah, a bunch of old tickets and everything up here. Not my WrestleMania tickets. I'll show you those in a minute. You move on to other things that people enjoy. So if you haven't noticed, I have entirely too many action figures. You go through here. So I got the old Jim Ross figure, which I believe somebody's going to be getting signed in Dallas. A bunch of other random old Jacks. Just kind of sitting around. They're not, a prize piece of my collection, as you can tell. Got some of the newer stuff, some of the Hall of Fame series, WrestleMania Heritage, so on and so forth. Like I said, the majority of this stuff is extras, things I haven't really found a lot of use for displaying. One thing about my collection is it's revolving and evolving. So one minute I'll be like, oh man, I really want these figures. The next minute I'll be like, I want something else. I'll try to sell off the other ones, pick up another collection. My main collection at this point right now is the Jakks BCA series. I'm sure a lot of people will enjoy this one right here. Got the Stomp Brian Pillman, kind of creepy figure. Only made 2 Brian Pillmans, this one and Slammers. Neither of them are really that great of a design, but I always thought this one was cool. We'll get to my actual bone crunching action series in a minute. Let's stick this one back here. For a while I was trying to do classic superstars. Really cool, but at this point, if you look at the Elite flashbacks, you look at the new Rick Rudes compared to this one, and you'll know why pretty easily. One other small thing that I didn't point out is these cool little masks. I got the Undertaker and the Ultimate Warrior. Stupid little masks. I'm pretty sure I went as the Undertaker one year for Halloween. That's not the same mask that I had as a 6-year-old, thank goodness. But it's a cool little mask I just found at some 80s vintage shop I thought was pretty cool. Got the Daniel Bryan autograph. Picked that up at a show in Loveland. It's kind of weird how they have those do the, you know, they always post on Twitter, oh yeah, I got some autographs, and I have this big stack and have to sit there all day long. Like, man, you might as well just email them. Carpal tunnel's gotta be a bitch. Right here, some other, you know, fun little things. Got the Jax WWF World Title, which I thought was really, really cool. Got a kids version of the World Television Championship from ECW. I wasn't sure what to expect when somebody's like, hey, I got a kids championship. You want to trade it off me? Picked it up for a couple of action figures. Super tiny. Still cool, though. Got the WWF World Title Fanny Pack, which is pretty awesome. I was hoping it was going to be a little bigger when I got it, so, you know, it would match my awesome little Zubas here. You know, rock out like a true 80s mark. But what can you do? Got the Wyatt mask. As I pointed out, I got into wrestling tape trading, DVD trading about 20 years ago. So, like any good wrestling tape or DVD trader, I have got just tons and tons of random discs that, I mean, I haven't even watched all these. I don't even know what half of them are at this point. There's probably like some seasons of Superstars in there, some Puerto Rican stuff, some shoot interviews. I really have no idea what's in some of these. I'll get around to watching them someday. But then you move down. Got some cool little Jack's Classic Superstars. This is kind of my indie shelf. Got some old Evolve stuff in there, some House of Hardcore, PWG, whatever. You move lower and you get to, got some old school AWA right here. Kind of some of my extras of my Coliseum video collection. And then you got things like this, like the old school tapes that you would get off the Video Zone or Crazy Max. Crippler Videos, Best of the Game, Part 1. I got this off this guy, Andy Joyce. He actually died from cancer when I think he was like 19. Good guy, but, you know, try to keep some of this stuff around. Let's move on to the Hasbro collection. This right here, essentially the majority of these action figures came from one guy. I don't know how many of you are a person that got older, got a bigger piggy bank, and said, I want to buy all the crap from when I was young, but that's what this is. The majority of these from one guy. I traded some Elite flashbacks for him. Picked up almost the entire set. Going a little old school for people who were ever on the Wrestling Figs board. These used to, in 2002, 2003, go for so much money. Like the Andre the Giant right here hidden in the back of everything. I remember when I was 15 or 16 years old wanting this action figure, and you'd hop on eBay and you're like, oh, loose Andre the Giant action figure from Hasbro, $60. Now, I mean, you can pick them up for $5, $10, but, you know, awesome action figures I always had as a kid. Mom tossed them all away, now they're back. Some other random stuff. I got a little bit of a video game collection. I mean, I haven't played half of these in probably years, but you got the old school WCW, WWF, TNA Impact. I've never played that. I'm sure a lot of their fans probably say something like that. The old school Nintendo. You got the N64. And then moving down, you got the Elites. There was a while where I did have a bunch of Elite flashbacks. I pretty much had the whole collection up to Series 24, and then Series got boring. I don't know. I want to start something else. Like I said, revolving and evolving. Still have some left over. Got the defining moments down here. The Undertaker, Ric Flair, and Hulk Hogan. The Undertaker figure I really loved. I don't know what it is about those outfits, but, you know. So that one right now you can pick up in stores. They have the older defining moments that I think is only available at San Diego Comic-Con, but, you know, that one sells for like 50, 60, 70 bucks now. And all this is based off of the Titantron Live Series 5 Undertaker, which is got to be worth, you know, the most out of any of those Titantron Live figures. Just the detail is insane. Small WCW VHS collection. I don't have very much. For a while, I wanted to pick up all the Starcades for the commercial tapes, but, you know, never really got around to it. Got the old school WF Hasbro mic, which is pretty cool, and then small ECW VHS collection. Right before they went out of business, I think they produced, like, I don't know, 10, 11 videos, so got a couple of those. Moving to this shelf, everybody's got to support Wrestle Crates, obviously. If you don't, you should. Started getting into the little, what do they call these? A stack down series. My wife loves Legos. I love wrestling. We're able to merge that to build a couple of these. I think they're really cool. They don't take too long, and displaying them looks awesome. You got the pop vinyl figures. Got Sting, Savage, and Flair right here. I don't know. I think I just like to pick up anything old school, so seeing those are pretty awesome. Moving down, you got the small wrestling book collection. I mean, at this point, you can get everything on ebooks, so these are essentially... I've read all of them, but at this point, they're pretty much for display. Wrestle Crates giving you the awesome Young Bucks mug. Never drank out of it, but it looks pretty cool, right? The only mints on card Hasbro I have is the Big Boss Man. That was pretty cool. It's got the SummerSlam stamp in the top corner. Behind that, you know, tons of wrestling magazines from over the years. You got the Calling Spots. If you don't read Calling Spots magazine, just like Wrestle Crate, you should. This is a pretty interesting part of my collection that I like to show off. I just got these recently as I was talking to a guy about WrestleMania this year in Dallas. There's some old school, just small promo pics. Oh, I guess I probably can't show that one, can I? The Iron Sheik, Nick Bockwinkel. Some guy just, I guess he's from Oklahoma, had this old collection. He wanted some Hasbros and gave me these old school, Danny Plages. I don't even know what to call them, just little promo cards of some of the wrestlers that were taken back in Texas back in the day. I thought it was pretty cool. The next collection is one of my favorite. This is from my weekend at WrestleMania 31. I was at all these Evolve shows, tickets from the shows, little autograph mat from NXT, Seth Rollins cashing in, and just, you know, a bunch of different merch and stuff that I got from the weekend. One of the coolest pieces right here is Royal Rumble 1994 program, signed by Bret the Hitman Hart. It was pretty cool to meet him. He had I don't want to say imposter, I don't know what you guys would call him, a fan who dressed exactly like him that got interviewed for one of the WWE shows that Bret Hart wasn't even featured on, and I got a picture of him actually looking so pissed that this guy is getting interviewed while Bret Hart's just trying to sign autographs. It was a small thing, but, you know, pretty interesting. Anyways, keep going on. So underneath that, I got different cups, souvenir cups from wherever. Got a Marty Jannetty signed magazine. I actually got that, and the guy had it signed but never let me know, so it showed up signed. It was kind of interesting. This guy Kevin Light makes custom Hasbros, and he makes one for the Hall of Fame inductions, and I mean, they were reasonably cheap. Now this one's moving around on us. That's nice. He just painted them. You know, they're essentially repaints of the old Hasbro figures, but thought they were awesome. I try to pick one up anytime one pops out for the Hall of Fame series. Huge Hall of Fame mark like anybody else out there. Underneath this, I got a Lucha mask from Mexico. Got the WWE picture book, and then underneath that is the King of Indies last year had Ultimate Dragon appear, and they gave out these free posters. I picked 2 of them up. He was supposed to come out and sign them, but I want to get to the WrestleCon show, so I didn't have time to get them signed. But they're still cool posters. I'll probably hang out someday. Underneath that, I got the old Bendham's figures. I think I have the whole collection somewhere, but these are just some random ones that showed up. Then under that, I have the Jakks box sets. Like I said, I'm huge into bone crunching action figures right now, so got that Warriors. I mean, I don't want to say he's pretty rare, but I think he's cool. I love Warrior figures, so I had to pick up that just to get that Warrior figure. Let's go ahead and move on to the next side, which is one of my other collections from when I was a kid. I always wanted the Coliseum videos, but, you know, could never really afford them, so I didn't have very many. So when I grew up and got a bigger piggy bank, I decided to pick up the WrestleMania collections, some of the different Coliseum videos. I mean, you know, VHS is dead and gone, but for whatever reason, I guess it's just the kid in me who wanted these VHS tapes just to display. A lot of these things, I mean, you get to these newer ones down here, they sell for, you know, a couple bucks. But then you got some of these older ones, like, let's see what we got right here. Slamathon 96. You can probably, you know, sell one of those for 10, 20 bucks. Mega Matches 95, which is somewhere down there. I think it's at the bottom. That one sells for like $80, $90. I got that one in a trade. Guy had no idea what it was. And oh no, actually here it is, sorry. Right here, Mega Matches 95. WF 501 is part of the 500 series. For whatever reason, the 500 series sells for a ridiculous amount of money. I only have 2 of them, obviously. The Mega Matches series I picked up for just, you know, I mean, it's small in a trade. Want to pick it up. But that's my VHS. These older ones sell pretty decent. Newer ones, not so much. Got, you know, little displays. Love the Wyatt family, as should everybody. So I got this little display here. They're essentially the only action figures I've probably opened in the last, I want to say, 5-10 years, unless it was for my kids. Some random other things. Got some little card collections. So displaying WrestleMania 3, one of the greatest matches of all time right there. Got the 4 Horsemen set. Like I said, I don't know what it is. Just pick up kind of the old things. Some 2-packs. Got the Elite Scale ring. Actually bought off some random dude on Craigslist for 40 bucks. So, go figure. This one right here, you know, TNA, when Jax moved to TNA, I don't feel like they really cared about the line. But for whatever reason, this 2-pack right here, nobody can find it. Nobody sells it. Motor City Machine Guns, the only figures I'll probably ever be made of these 2 guys. It's a cool collector's piece to have. And then you move on to, I guess, the cream of the crop, the collection I care for most. The Jax Bone Crunching Action Series 1 through 5 and all of the 2-packs. This was everything that was produced for these series. Back in 1999 to about 2002, 2003, Razor and Diesel from Series 1 and then also Series 1 re-release. They sell for a stupid amount of money and I always wanted them. And it wasn't until later that I actually came through, picked this whole collection up. I mean, these things, when Bone Crunching Action was huge, if you had Warrior, Razor, Diesel, you could get 50 to 60 bucks each for them. The 2-pack, and see, these 2-packs still sell for a decent amount of money. The Shawn vs. Vader one is one out of, I think, 15,000. You can pick that one up for 30, 40 bucks, but the Bret and Owen and the Razor Diesel 2-packs, they still sell for anywhere between 60 and 100 bucks. Luckily, I got some good deals on them. But this collection right here is kind of the main gem. Right before this, as I mentioned, I had the Elite Flashback Series 12, starting with the Kane, so like 23, 24. Just all in here, all displayed, and then I was like, you know what, I want to go back to my childhood, pick up all the original stuff, and yeah, so here it is. This collection right here, I sold off the Elite Flashbacks, picked all of this up, and then still had a little bit of money to go to WrestleMania 31 on, so it's a pretty cool thing. This collection will probably be changing a little bit here soon since I'm going to WrestleMania 32. I also leave this Friday for the Royal Rumble. I hope to pick some more stuff up. And yeah, so if you want to go ahead and look around the room, I'll be right back with another awesome thing that I have. And that would be this. So, what Mark's collection is complete without a replica winged eagle belt. This is actually my favorite piece of the collection. My wife got it for me for Christmas, as any other Marks collection would have that happen. Who would spend that much money on this themselves? Well, I'm sure there's some people, but they sit in their mom's basement and watch Shimmer all day, which, yeah. So anyways, my wife got this for me. It's one of my favorite pieces, and still haven't figured out where to actually display it, so I just kind of wear it around the house and challenge the cat. You know, do what you do. But cool, I love showing off my collection to you, and I really hope that more people show out their collections. So, thanks.